daily intensive course is something that's not everyone's cup of tea because it actually can get a little intensive. So I just want to know like what's working for you, how are you coping, any facing?
In terms of the concept building, I am doing pretty good over there because I'm able to attend all the classes on a regular basis, cover most of the homework that we get after the class. So yeah, I mean, that is in sync with what we are at par with the level of the other members of the class. So I think that is sorted. There's no red flag as such.
Makes sense. I think, see, one of the things that you can possibly do to ensure that you don't lose touch with the topics we've covered previously is that on the weekend, especially once you're done with the marathon, maybe before sleeping on Saturday or Sunday, just for 1.5 hours, review the error log that you have created for the previous topics you've covered. So one, you will obviously be solving those questions that you've solved incorrectly in the past. So that will allow you to reinforce the learning from those questions. And secondly, once you're done with the review of the error log on Saturday, for instance, on Sunday, you can take up maybe a few questions from those topics that you feel that you kind of need a little more practice on, right? So 5 weeks is not a long enough time for you to forget everything that you did. You might get a little rusty, inertia might creep in, but once the classes get over, what it takes is 2 or 3 days of mixed bag rigorous practice to get back up to speed with even the previous topics. So nothing to worry about there, but you can do what I just suggested, just 1 hour of practice over the weekend, specifically on those topics that you're weak at, will allow you to actually hit the ground running once the classes get over for you.
And in terms of questions, Manan, once we've covered, all the 700 to 800 questions or all the mixed bag sets that we have, what else can we refer to, or is that enough?
For most people, it's enough, Adil, because like those are the handpicked questions that give you the best exposure to the most difficult questions the exam can possibly test you on. Frankly, if you can extract every ounce of value from the questions I've shared with you, that should be more than sufficient.
Yeah, that makes sense.
You have a fairly rigorous or a hectic work schedule. So how do you manage GMAT with that? Maybe other people can, understand or learn from it.
I basically start early in the morning, 6:30,
Okay.
hit the gym. After that, I come back and then spend 1.5 to 2 hours sort of covering whatever homework that we need to cover. And then towards the evening again, or even during the day, I try to, get some bit of breaks somewhere around 45 minutes to 1 hour, depending on the work. It's not possible every day.
And how long does it take usually for you to complete the daily tasks I give you?
So it depends. Sometimes I'm not able to complete the 100% of it, quality over quantity, but I am planning to cover the rest 7. Sometimes it takes somewhere around 2.5 to 3 hours as well to complete whatever we have. Depends topic as well.
This time around, when you take the exam, it should be the final deal. Need no more reattempts for you.
I think this time around, more focus in terms of even reading the questions, because earlier on, what I used to do was a lot of silly mistakes. The process and how we are approaching the questions, and also the word by word analysis for RC, to be specific, is really helping. Tend to get overwhelmed with a few questions here and there, and I make again silly mistakes over there. That's the whole summary.
Understood. I think you're doing pretty well in the class overall, honestly. I don't really think of you as a 47, 48 guy for quant. I think that, with the way you're able to understand things, and although you might go wrong in a few questions, but you're overall able to understand fairly quickly in terms of where you went wrong. So it's all about making sure that the next time when you're hitting the same set of questions, you are taking into account those learnings. Also understand like 47, 48 is something that anybody can get to with just enough concept clarity. They don't need to know any of the advanced techniques or tricks like, the two statements can't contradict each other in data sufficiency, or any of the advanced level traps that we've talked about so far in quant. Like none of those things are required to get to a 47, 48. But with the concepts and with those things in place, getting a 50 on the exam will not be a big deal for you. In the last attempt that you took, like out of quant and verbal, which one was the bigger problem area for you? Was quant the one?
It was RC and SC specifically.
Okay.
So SC was something that I think pathetic on that, and RC as well was something pretty bad.
But in case there's anything else that comes up during the preparation that you feel you require some extra help on, extra support on, feel free to reach out so we can kind of adjust that in your plan of action. Maybe everyone else might do something else, but for you can do those 1 or 2 extra things that can help you to bump up your performance even further, so that on the day of the exam, you don't second guess yourself on any of the RC passages you come across. I'm fairly certain that it wouldn't take you too much time to get the exam done with once the classes get over. Anytime you have any questions or concerns, feel free to reach out, buddy.